We are here today with Mehana, the champion of FTC.
Yo.
So thank you for joining us again
for
today. And let's start without
sure.
waiting.
Let's go.
So your last fight against Nicolas Leboeuf, what's your impressions on it now that it's been some couple time? What do you think about that fight?
Well, I was in that fight. I was like very focused. I think I did a great performance. On the moment, I didn't really feel like happy about it. I wanted it to go like a little bit longer. That's why you guys have like that clip of me kind of like looking sad winning a belt. But it's like it should that happen. I wanted it to go further, and I wanted to like really prove that I was much better than my competition. But things that don't happen, and maybe one day I'll get a rematch with him. I know he's a champion now.
Yeah.
But it was a great performance looking back on it, but on the moment it didn't feel.
It didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have this thing where you want to go all rounds, or you want to finish the fight?
It depends. Like if I see an opening, I'll just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they survive, they survive.
Okay. And after the fight, if you do get the KO, do you wish the fight would have lasted longer?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I guess it depends per fight.
It really depends. Like I'm never really happy with winning ever. Like I've had like one loss, and I was more motivated about training after one loss than I had after 10 wins in a row.
So that loss really got to you in a certain way.
Yeah. And I don't know, I don't know if it's like just my mentality or it's just like how I am as a person. If it's not like something that I feel like I performed in, I'm not really happy with winning. Yeah.
So your loss made you better in a certain way than a win would do normally.
Sure.
Okay. I think that's something very common in fighters. I think losing is way more motivating in a certain way.
I think it's Niki Lauda, like he's a Formula 1 driver. He said that I learned way more out of losing than winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like that should get you like pumped up. You know, like there's no room for growth if it's only winning. If it's losing, then there's always something to fix. There's always something to progress in. So I think that's important.
Yes. And what would you say to people who, when there's defeat, they feel down and not this inspiration?
Well, they should feel down. Defeat sucks. Like losing sucks. It's like it's terrible. But what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna stop, or are you gonna keep going? Like I had like more than one time I looked at myself and I was like, do I keep going with this or do I just stop fighting? And more than one time I just kept coming back to the gym. I just kept training. There's always a new day and there's always a new opponent. There's always a new challenge. Yeah, it's like you either get satisfied or you don't. I don't get satisfied.
Now FTC 8 is right on the way, May 17th. You're going to be fighting against Mattson for the belt of the federation. What's your first impressions when you heard of that fight?
Because Mattson, I'm like closer to him than I was with like any of my other opponents.
Okay.
I know it's not going to affect it anyways. Like I'm going to try to perform as hard as I can in the ring. And if I see his hand down, I'm going to take it. If I see his elbow out, I'm going to take it. Like I'm going to take that leg kick also. It's not going to really matter for me in the ring, but I know that there's a emotional side to fighting. Me and Mattson have shared the venues and the events and the cards like quite often now.
You've often seen each other backstage or whatever.
Yeah, and there's a lot of respect in between us. I hope so, because I have a lot of respect for him. But it's just going to be business, I think.
Okay. And how do you feel that is the federation belt?
That's fun. Yeah. That's cool. I think it's long due. I've been representing Quebec for a while, and I've been reffing for them, and I've been reffing and judging fights for them, and I've been fighting for them, even if they take $50 every year for registration. So yeah, it's like it's a cool belt to have. I can't wait to bring it to my gym and to represent Quebec.
By curiosity, did you ref one of Mattson's fights?
Probably. No, not maybe not ref, but maybe judged.
Judged?
Yeah.
Okay.
I refed Irvin Kimani won.
Yeah.
I judged Anis and Neil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Mattson has fought in the same event as these two.
James Sibunya, he fought, which was a couple fights before Anis Neil.
Okay, so I probably judged this fight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice thing. Your path crosses
yeah, of course.
at every turn.
Well, of course, it's like a very small community. Like, I know pretty much like all the top fighters, like every champion in FTC, almost every champion in FTC, I know them. Champions in other promotions as well. Like, you have to talk to people. You can't be like
in your whole
antisocial all the time, even if a lot of us are as fighters.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a special community where even if you're not as social as a person, as a fighter, I feel like you have this double personality.
Yeah. For sure.
Shared experience thing. So
yeah, you have to. Like, there's the martial arts is just like all about respect. It's all about like growing and becoming a better person. So
yeah. Mattson's known for his intensive cardio. He never lets that go. So how do you feel about his fighting style in general?
I think it's like entertaining. And it's very like it brings chaos into the ring, which I'm all for.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but I like to dissect. I like to pick my shots and work. And if Mattson has cardio for 5 rounds, I love that. Like, it's good. It's good because it's gonna be like a good way for me to work all my tools and to really show how much I've grown since the last one.
Yeah. And talking about your style, you're known as a precise striker, like you said. Where does that style come from?
That's a good question. I don't really know. Maybe
it just happened that way, you think?
Well, I think my coach is very precise. Ryan Parsons. I think he was from Mat gym originally, but he's like super tall. So it's kind of like a crossbreeding in between like technical Muay Thai and pressure Muay Thai with like hard shots. And I'm just like a product of that because I'm a lot lighter than him. And I'm taller for my division. So, yeah.
Okay, you think you got it from your coach end?
I think it's from years of experience, years of training and hitting the bag hard and doing all sorts of shit.
I'm guessing your first fight wasn't a precise striking.
No,
like you are today.
It was an angry monkey smoker, and it was just a.
I think we all have to go through this.
Yeah, definitely.
So, your last fight, you broke Nicolas' nose.
Yeah.
Your last fight before that in FTC 4, you KO'd Gloire. So you have a second round finisher in all FTC fights you have. Yeah. So you think that's a trend that's going to happen again for the next one? Second round KO?
I don't want to sell myself short, like I don't want to make empty promises, as they say. But again, if I see the opening, I'm going to take it.
I think I've just seen the trend of that second round thing.
Yeah.
So,
well, it doesn't take long for me to like start noticing things. And it's okay. Like, I'm a slow starter. I'm not going to finish you in the first round, but for the rest of the fight, you have to be careful.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a very good fight between you two. And you're the type of fighter who's very calm, I feel like. When we look, but inside, is it a calm manner or is it very agitated?
I'm not really thinking about anything. I'm more like angry than anything, but I'm not like overthinking stuff. Sometimes like checking a kick, like shin to shin, I don't really think about the pain of it.
You just do it.
I just do it. Like, if you don't try, you don't succeed. You just have to like keep trying to get your shots off. And then try to get to a rhythm. As soon as you get that rhythm, you start going off.
I feel like you really go in the zone.
Yeah.
So that sports thing, like in the zone, I feel like that represents very much your fighting style.
Yeah, and the flow.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you're just blanking and you're doing this in the moment, very much in the moment. This belt, is it a final step for you, or there's something more after this?
I haven't thought about it yet. I think after this belt, I'm gonna go couple months in Thailand, do my pow in heavy hot weather, and maybe go professional after. Maybe come back. It all depends if the opportunity makes sense and if the opponent makes sense. But yeah, I'm keeping my like horizons open, but for now it's like I think that might be maybe the last amateur belt. Maybe.
Okay, so we'll enjoy that fight to the fullest then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like you have a good experience. You've done a lot of things here in Quebec, so I wouldn't be surprised to your pro debut next year, maybe, or this year actually.
Yeah.
I have a final question for you. It's always a final question we have.
What do you have to say to Mattson?
What do you have to say to Mattson?
I don't have anything to say to him, bro. Good luck, Mattson. Have fun.
I think he's gonna have a lot of fun with you. I'm very curious to see what he's gonna say in our interview. But I think it's very.
I mean, like,
I think it's gonna be high energy.
We're very chill. We're very chill again, like on each other. Like, he's not on my bad side. I'm not on his bad side. May the best win. That's it.
I love this energy. Yeah. Thank you again, Mehana.
Thank you for coming.
See you FTC 8.
Thank you, guys.